Hey guys, it's John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. If you are new here, you're going to see a QR code at the top right-hand corner of your screen, and you're watching us. Go ahead and click on that. Once you scan the QR code, I would be very grateful once you launch your camera app, touch that yellow ellipse, and you have to just launch that. And you're going to point it to it. And then once you point to the QR code, sometimes you have to come back a couple times because if you don't line it up exactly correct, you might not get it. And then you'll get my link tree. If you're listening to us, then what I would encourage you to do is, type in believemeachieve.com. And so I wanted to know that, doing this and, getting part of things sometimes is hard for people to adjust to. We start on a Saturday, we roll all the way through the week, and we end up on a Friday, which is tonight. And thank you so much for watching us, whether it's your first time, coming back many times, or you're watching us on replays many times, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., 12 noon, 12 midnight, or whenever you're watching us. Thank you so much for making Inspirations for Your Life a daily part of your day. I really do appreciate that. And now on with our master topic, understanding leadership. We are on Series 2, Show 18, Episode 7. Wow, that means we're in our second year, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? We are in our second year. And I think that's actually pretty cool in itself that we're in our second year and we're creating some amazing content. So hopefully you guys are going to find this show to be really good. Now, tonight's topic, as you guys can see, is understanding where we are, and I think the biggest challenges that we run into is about what comes from a certain way. And I think when we talk about what's coming from a certain way, the biggest thing I want to tell you is it comes down to leadership. So if someone says to me, John, hey, what is leadership? And I think leadership has to be very unique, because leadership can cause people to sometimes take more power on than they've expected. Okay. And that might sound pretty crazy. I'll tell you that what people do or what they don't do is they understand that what you're putting out or what you're trying to get people to understand is not something you're doing because you have to. You're doing it because you want to do it. So I think that's a real important thing. That's a really important thing. And when I say it's an important thing, I mean it, because a lot of people don't quite understand. They don't quite understand. And so they get tied up in this minutia, right? The minutia of where am I? What am I doing? How do I do what I'm supposed to do? And how do I do my job? Or how do I do things ethically? I think these are the questions. It's confusing sometimes. I think a lot of people are under the myth that if they choose to do something a certain way, then they must be a leader. Hey, congratulations to you, sir, on your second anniversary. Thank you so much. It is great to be here. Yes, we are in our second year, Ken, and we're strolling on, which is amazing. It's great to have a second year anniversary. I can't believe we are on our second year, show 18, episode number 7. This is absolutely incredible. And so we had Dr. Yacovelli on with us earlier this week, and I thought that was pretty amazing that we had him on. But talking about leadership and being a leader are things that get in the way. Okay. Um, I'll tell you that if you understood one thing, okay, it's probably the fact that you have so much potential in your life. You have more potential than you know. And by you having more potential, then you're able to do so many things. Okay. You're able to do so many things. But I think people sometimes just they get stuck. Okay. They get stuck. And so I want to tell you that you don't need to be stuck. Okay. You got to make this choice right now that you don't want to be stuck. Because if you want to be stuck, then being a leader is not the right path for you. Okay. It's not the right path for you. And you might say, hey, that sounds great, but is it enough? Is it enough? And I think what you're going to find out is that being a leader is something we have to slowly embrace. And as we embrace it, there's so much that happens. So a lot that can happen as a leader is we always want to appeal to people's humor, right? We want to have a polite way for an alternative solution. No progress being made, arguing, right? And I've said more than I know about this topic, and then respecting how to bring in other CMEs, subject matter experts, actually SMEs. I wish someone else were here to shed some light on this. Since I respect our opinions, let's keep this civil. I'm sure there are better things we could do with our time. In a perfect world, we would all agree. Let's settle this and leave passive aggressiveness at the door. Now, you might realize that what am I talking about? That leads into our topic from last week, which is, yes, how to agree to disagree. But understanding leadership is so very key because being a leader is pretty amazing. Okay. I mean, it is so very amazing that you would not believe it. If I told you right now that you had potential, you'd say to me, John, I don't know I have potential. Well, that's because no one ever believed in you. And the reason no one believed in you is because you never believed in yourself. Hmm, that's pretty cool, right? I'll tell you I'll tell you that for whatever reason, some people figure out that they can't do what they want to do in life. Okay. Some people think that. And so I'll tell you that life happens to so many different people. It happens to so many different people. But if we don't embrace what a leader is, all we're going to be doing is just second guessing ourselves. You see, we have to believe before we can achieve. Hey, I've said that many times before, right? So believe and achieve, or believemeachieve.com. What if you could make one shift in your life and that shift would suddenly open you up to so many possibilities? What if? What if you made that shift and things changed in such a big way? I will tell you that leadership is not something you do for a day and then you stop doing. Leadership is something you do your entire life. Think about what that means. I'll tell you that everything in life has to be done for a purpose. If you don't do things for a purpose, well, then what's going to happen for you is that you're not going to escalate. You're going to stay stagnant, or you're going to go backwards. And you see, other people don't necessarily want to be around you if big if you can't go forward. Now, people look at you for the reason, for who you are, for what you're doing. And if what you're doing doesn't seem to, for lack of better terms, excite them or give them a reason to do anything, then I feel that you might be on the wrong path. You might be on the wrong path. And what do I mean by that, the wrong path? I say the wrong path because a lot of people believe that if you do something, it'll just happen. And I got to tell you, it doesn't just happen. You've got to have purpose, you've got to have intent, you got to have exactly what's needed. And if you don't have that kind of intent, well, I got news for you. You're not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. And so I don't say this to be mean or nasty to you guys. I say this because I want you to understand that you have to apply yourself. People will always want you to do things for them. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's just if you're always, how can I say, if you're always doing for others and you're not getting self-fulfilled. Now, this doesn't mean that you should not be helping others. I want to be clear about that. When you're a leader, you've got to balance your time versus the time that other people have, right? And if we can't do that, then I feel there could be a problem. So a leader understands his or her boundaries. They know what to do when their boundaries are, let's say, pushed. And they also know that it's about a shift. It's about the fact that they need to move from where they are right now to where they want to go. Maybe they need to get different resources. That could be people, that could be other things. But if you don't understand that one thing, all right, then it's a problem for you. A problem. It's a big problem. And you might be saying to me, John, but I don't believe I have a problem. Well, you don't realize you have a problem until either someone else tells you or until you realize that you can't do something. Now, again, I don't say this to you to get you upset. I say this to you because I want you to know why something works or why something doesn't work. And when you discover to live a life of purpose, okay, this is when magic starts to happen. We'll do a whole class on living a life of purpose, and there's a lot that I could do on that. I think purpose is something you, as an understanding of a person, have to gather. If you don't gather this, then it means that you may not be able to do what you expect to do. So then how do you become the best you can be? That's a great question. You become the best you can be by pushing yourself, pushing the envelope further each time, by not taking no for an answer, and by knowing that what you're doing, okay, is going to empower you to become an amazing person, okay? Now, if that changed all of a sudden and you're like, hey, John, I can't get to where I want to be, don't give up because someone else tells you can't get there. Don't give up because the team you've got may not be everyone you want. Realize you're the leader, okay? And you can do what you need to make that ship be, yes, a very, very good ship. But if you don't, then you're going to, I don't want to say lose command, but people are going to lose faith in you. You have to have faith in yourself, and others will have faith in you. In other words, you have to believe before you can achieve. So we talked about a lot this week, okay, when we talked about leadership. And we talked with Dr. Stephen Yacovelli, and he talked about authenticity and how it's important to have respect and the culture. I think all these things are great, including no discrimination for race, religion, sexual orientation, color, creed. But if we just say things and we go through the motions, but we don't actually mean it or feel it in our heart, then what we're doing is not going to make an impact on others, and it's going to demotivate us. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this fantastic evening. Hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase to help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or how about a savory plate that has a nice dessert on it. Either way, we'll be grateful. Those pennies and dollars will investment in new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to change your life. I know that's what you want, everyone. I'm going to see you guys back tomorrow with a brand new master topic. Remember, being a leader is a choice, and leaders are not born. They are made. It takes hard work, it takes dedication, it takes making mistakes. So if you want to become a leader, realize that it's not going to happen overnight. Leaders begin in your contact and then the stewardship to those. Yes, exactly, David. Thank you so much for a great comment. Yes, it starts with that purpose in life that you want to make a difference in other people's lives. And that's what attracts other people. You're doing it because you want to impact their lives. You're doing it because you know that you feel good about it and you want to transfer that knowledge and you want to impact it so they'll impact someone else. But if you're doing it for a selfish reason and you're not doing it to help someone else, people are eventually going to leave your team. Now, people join teams because they love the energy. They want to be part of something. They want to create something new. They love the energy. They join teams because they want to do things that they didn't even think they'd be able to do or be part of. So by doing this, it gets them into a whole different framework that says, yes, I know I can do this. Now, I might have some problems. I may have some challenges, but that's okay. Have those challenges. Wrestle through them. Learn from your lessons, even the negative experiences. Throw away the negative experience, but keep the lesson. Being a leader is a choice. Everyone that chooses to be a leader can be a great one if they put in the time, the practice, the effort, and most importantly, the passion and integrity. I'll see you guys tomorrow, everyone. Have a great one.